Hello, my friends. Hello. This is the Energy of the Week reading for May 3rd, 2026. You may have noticed that I did not post an Energy of the Week reading for the last week of April. And that's because I was out of energy. There was both too much of it and too little of it, and it was enough already for me anyway. And so, I let my heart and my connection to spirit guide me to rest, rejuvenate, and work deeply in the spiritual realms. I let myself learn and grow and just be until the wave of overwhelm began to settle after Aries season rolled on out of here. And here I am again. The unified field of energy we share with spirit has broken through to humanity in rather impressive ways over the last few months, but most especially during Aries season. Our connection has not changed, but we have. We've changed. More of us are aware of things unknown and unseen. More of us are aware that there is something going on that's real but out of sight. More of us know that spirit is speaking to us in ways we were not willing to admit before. And more of us see exactly what is going on, even if it's unseen to everyone else around us. Whether we've done anything with that awakening energy and with that awakening knowledge or not, doesn't matter. The awareness is the point. It's the goal. It's part of the evolution, and we can't go back. So this week, I'm wondering how we, as a collective, can best work with that awakening energy. What do we do with it? How do we integrate it? How do we acknowledge it? Now that we're in Taurus season, how do we align with the energy of the bull for the most beneficial outcome in the collective? I ask a lot of questions. They're big questions, and they are too much and too many to throw into one divination session. And so, I boiled that hodgepodge of questions into what feels most relevant right now and asked the question, now that we're in Taurus season, how do we more fully align with the energy of the bull to help support our continued awakening? And here's what Spirit had to say. Be calm, be quiet, be still, be at peace. The Cayman and the Poppy is our anchoring card for this whole session. It's here to share that something is coming for us, and it is good. But in order to receive it, we must be at peace. We must be at rest. We must be calm enough to drop into a trance-like meditative state so that we can see its approach and reach out to grab it. The intimation is that somewhere in our dreams, somewhere in that theta brainwave pattern, somewhere in the peaceful tranquility floating in an ocean of darkness, we are able to reach into the ethers so that we can hear and see spirit with more clarity. And what we see there will be a joyful wonder. Be still. Be quiet. Be at peace. There are many ways to do that. Many ways we can reach that state we need to be in so that we can see what treasures await us. And several cards help us focus on the way forward. The fertility goddess Haumea appears first to show us one way to move ourselves towards peace. She is a goddess of divine creation and oneness, able to birth children from every limb of her body. She is creation itself, and she points us towards many creative pathways we can take towards peace. Are you at peace when you create? Whether it's for career, pleasure, or purpose-driven, is there an artistic endeavor you might want to engage in? Cooking, painting, drawing, filming, birthing a new business, writing, gardening, woodworking, architecture, crafting. What's your pleasure? What's your purpose? When you do what you love, are you creating something? What is it? How can you sink into that peaceful feeling in a beautiful way, allowing it to take you away and fold you inside of its realms? When we let our passions lead us, we find peace. Look for the ways to get to that peace this week. Create. Mia also reminds us that creation is inextricably aligned with the Divine Mother. She is the Divine Mother. And she wants us to reflect on what that means. Because the Divine Mother is many things, but in order for her creations to live, she must nourish them. How are you nourishing yourself? How can that nourishment send you into a state so peaceful, so tranquil, you float off into other realms? Because that's where we need to be right now. So take care of yourself, nourish yourself. Find community who wants to care for and nourish you and nourish them right back. Steep yourself in care and love. Sit inside of warmth and comfort. Let the luxuriousness of the Taurus season send you floating away on a cloud. Nourish. Not feeling particularly creative? Yarrow comes next to share more wisdom. Yarrow is ancient. Yarrow is wise. It heals wounds, stops bleeding, and reduces inflammation, allowing the body to relax and return to a state of harmony and grace as pain eases and healing takes flight. Astrologically, Yarrow is associated with the planet Venus and the sign of Aries. From Venus, it borrows its ability to promote love and harmony, soothing us into compassion. And from Aries, it borrows courage and strength, helping us remain determined to do what we must. And what we must do right now is be at peace. We must find the time and space and open our hearts and souls up wide enough to both be at peace and receive it. That is why strength is imperative, for peace does not come easily. We have to be intentional about it. We have to plan and strategize for it. We have to fight for it. Coincidentally enough, our clarifying tarot card this week is the Strength card. Yarrow's association with Venus brings her into our awareness. And another coincidence is that Venus also rules over the Taurus season, which is fully embracing us right now. Let the luxury of Taurus wrap itself around you, calm you, soothe you. Let the bull slow you down and stop you in your tracks where you need to be stopped. And don't you dare move until you get what you need in that moment. Nourish. Finally, our ancestors step up to remind us of the principle of the 7 generations. Everything is connected. We are all one. The connection between past, present, and future is unbroken. And what we do in the now impacts 3 generations that came before us and 3 generations to come ahead of us, as well as the here and now. As we are directed to be at peace, think about how we can send that peace back through the ancestral realms and help them heal. Think about the impact we have in the here and now, where the decisions we make to be at peace and promote a healing, calm environment allow others to be at peace and heal as well. Think about how the peace and healing of the now translates into future generations, because we are adamant that we will break the toxic patterns in our daily lives and do things differently, do things better. Because we are intentional about learning new ways and paying attention to current guidance and wisdom, because our children think about how peace and healing of the now. Think about how the peace and healing of the now translates into future generations, because we are adamant that we will break the toxic patterns in our daily lives and do things differently, do things better, because we are intentional about learning new ways and paying attention to current guidance and wisdom. Our children and others who look to us to lead watch and learn and copy and repeat the patterns we offer them. And those toxic patterns have been broken, or at least disrupted, because we are at peace. Let the principle of the 7 generations lead us. Let Venus pull us into love, harmony, compassion, and luxury. Let the Divine Mother within nourish and nurture our souls while we create beauty and contentment all around and spread it through the world like the seeds of dandelion on the wind, like wildfire. Let our souls be at rest. That's it. That's all. That's the message. Love you all. You take good care of yourselves this week, and don't forget, look for the goodness that is coming for you. Pull it from the ethers.